Smart people work hard. They read books. They plan carefully. And yet, many of them struggle financially for years. Not because they're lazy, not because they lack intelligence, but because something subtle is holding them back. Something most people never notice until it's too late. If you're smart, you're often told, just keep learning, just work harder. Eventually, it will pay off. So you do exactly that. You think things through, you analyze risks, you try to make the right decision. But somehow, progress feels slow. Income stays flat. Opportunities pass by. Meanwhile, others, sometimes less intelligent, seem to move ahead faster. That gap is confusing and frustrating and hard to explain. The core issue isn't intelligence. It's how smart people use their intelligence. Many smart people rely on thinking as protection. They use it to avoid mistakes, to avoid looking foolish, to avoid uncertainty. Over time, thinking becomes a shield, not a tool for movement, but a tool for safety. And safety rarely leads to growth. Here's why this happens. The human brain prefers certainty. It prefers feeling prepared. It prefers being right. Smart people are especially good at this. They can see many outcomes, many risks, many reasons to wait. So instead of acting, they keep optimizing decisions. They keep gathering information. They keep delaying action. It feels responsible. It feels logical. But progress doesn't come from perfect thinking. It comes from imperfect action taken early. Imagine two employees. One is very smart. They analyze every option. They wait until they feel confident. The other is less analytical. They try things quickly. They learn as they go. Over time, the second person gains experience faster. They make mistakes, but they also make progress. The smart person stays careful. But careful turns into slow, and slow turns into stuck. This shows up in personal finance, too. A smart person might research investments for years. They compare options. They wait for the perfect time. Meanwhile, someone else starts small. They invest imperfectly. They learn by doing. Years later, the difference isn't intelligence, it's momentum. One person moved early. The other waited to feel ready. Smart people often confuse understanding with progress. Understanding feels productive. It feels safe. It feels like control. But understanding without action creates comfort, not results. This isn't a character flaw. It's a thinking pattern. And once you see it, you can change it. Staying broke isn't about lacking money skills. It's about staying in preparation mode too long. Smart people often ask, what's the best option? More useful question is, what's a good enough option to start? Progress begins when thinking supports action, not replaces it. This isn't about rushing, and it's not about being reckless. It's about recognizing when thinking has stopped helping and learning how to move forward before certainty arrives. That's the shift that changes outcomes. Here's where this becomes practical. First step, notice where you're overthinking instead of moving. Awareness is the starting point. If this idea already helped you see your own habits differently, leaving a like helps more people discover it. Not for popularity, but so this way of thinking reaches others who feel stuck too. Second step, lower the standard for action. Don't ask, is this the best move? Ask, is this safe enough to try? Third step, set a small time limit. Decide today. Act within 7 days. What's one decision this made you rethink? Write it down in the comments. Clarity comes from reflection. Final step, replace planning time with execution time. Don't add more effort. Replace 1 hour of research with 1 hour of action. Stop once you've taken the first step. You don't need the full plan yet. If this perspective feels useful, your quiet engagement helps others slow down and think more clearly. Let's compress this. Smart people don't stay broke because they lack ability. They stay stuck because thinking becomes a hiding place. Preparation feels safe. Action feels uncertain. But progress lives on the other side of uncertainty. The shift isn't thinking less, it's acting sooner. Intelligence is powerful, but only when it supports movement. When thinking delays action, it limits growth. When thinking guides action, it multiplies results. The goal isn't perfect decisions. It's forward motion with awareness. This connects directly to how intelligent people make decisions under pressure. If this way of thinking resonated, you don't need to change everything today. Just notice where you're waiting for certainty and take one small step anyway. If you want more calm, clear ideas like this, you're welcome to continue learning here. Sometimes, clarity is all it takes to move forward.